If you need to laugh after some sad stuff. This is more like a what the f type of story. Whenever you think we live in a super ultra like realistic world, no, sometimes there's some things that happen that's just like, oh, is this real? So the shade room. They reported Chinese woman reportedly decided to leave her $2.8 million fortune to her pets. Yes, you heard right, her pets. Says her children didn't visit her even when she was ill. An elderly woman in China decided to leave for, like I said, $2.8 million fortune to her cats and dogs instead of her children. According to the report, the woman, who was only identified by her surname, Louis Yao, my bad, had initially included her three children in a will she had made a few years back. She reportedly left them money and property, but changed her mind, saying the children did not take care of her when she was sick and don't make an effort to contact her. She recently changed her will and insisted that all her money must be used to take care of her pets and any of their offsprings. Okay, after she dies, a local veterinary clinic has reportedly been appointed as the administrator of the inheritance and is responsible for taking care of the animals. I don't know anything about nothing, but I hope what they use some of that money to get security, because I feel as if there's a target on that clinic. But
Gonna be holding the animals for ransom.
man, yeah, I don't even really know. I guess what do y'all make of this? Do y'all I want to say do y'all believe it, but I guess you can get, if you get a good lawyer, you can get anything done, huh? Do y'all think it's valid that this woman changed up her will like this? Or do you think no matter what, you can't be petty and leave it all to your pets? You gotta give it up to your children. What do you think, goes?
Well, to be honest, I don't have an issue at all with her changing up the will. I do think now I'm always of the mind that animals and pets should never come before actual people. So I mean, donate to a charity would be my preference over
Mm-hmm.
some animals because again, I don't care if animals live or die.
You didn't have pets
But
growing up, didn't you?
I had a pet fish.
Okay, you see,
I mean,
I
I get
feel
a
as
lot of people
I
think of pets a
feel as
little bit
if like
children, and
when you have a pet growing up, you think of it as family.
oh my god, yeah, yeah. Well, no matter what people say, that it's like the pets are like your babies, blah blah blah. Pets are not more important than humans. But
Maybe you should
that
get a pet.
aside, what do you say?
Maybe you should get a pet.
I ain't getting no pet. Even if I do, again, a pet is not on the level of a person. But that's kind of beside the point. So
But you don't know because you never experienced it.
again, I have my pet fish.
No, I'm talking about a dog, a thing that's going to like
Yeah,
look you in the
yeah.
eye every day, look at you for food,
Smelly
resources,
animal
love.
that you gotta take care of their
You see, you see,
crap
you
and
see.
walk and all things. But me being a pet hater aside, I don't have a problem with her doing this because so I've had the stance in the past on like from children dealing with parents. If your parents aren't being proper parents, you shouldn't have an obligation to them and feel like you have to do things for them just because you're related and just because you feel like you're supposed to. And the same thing kind of goes for children. Like your children, it's like a kind of unconditional thing. You take care of them when they can't take care of themselves. But once you get to a certain age, like if your children are showing that they don't have any care or desire to put you or be around you, and there isn't like extenuating circumstances like you were abusing them or something when they were younger, it's like I kind of get it if you feel like you're being ignored, or maybe she was calling them, leaving them messages, and they just didn't pick up, didn't come to visit her at all. I'm for not giving them that reward in the form of that money because you're not actively doing something to hurt them, but at the same time, you're not giving them something extra that they they didn't care about you when you were alive, so they're not going to care about you when you're dead, really. And that might be a little harsh
Damn,
to say,
it's kind of a
but
bar, but it isn't harsh.
yeah, it's like if she had done this for like just to give it to other family members or something, I think maybe she if she didn't have any extended family or anything like that, I'm okay with this, even if it is to animals. The fact that it's she said to take care of the offspring too is kind of crazy, but hey, it's her money, I guess. The logistics are kind of interesting too, and like I don't know who's gonna be the executor of the estate. What does it say? The
The
veterinary
gift,
clinic.
yeah, the
Yeah,
gift to the
so
clinic.
yeah, as long they might be a little. I don't know about all that spending and how
Yeah, that's what
liable
I'm
they're gonna
saying. Like, I
be,
wonder who's
but
keeping track of the spending.
yeah, upgrading that clinic and get a little hot tub. I don't know about all that, but that aside, I think I'm okay with this. I understand it.
Jeez, fair enough. You did kind of mention something interesting in there. It is kind of a question mark. What circumstances created like a life in which the kids wouldn't visit them when they were sick? Like, nobody here has perfect parents, but I'm assuming if we find that our parents, especially our rich parents, were sick, we're probably rushing to their aid.
Yeah, I mean, there could be a few different things. Like, it could be, again, maybe she wasn't the best parent growing up, and there was some level of abuse or trauma that was inflicted. And because of that, didn't, she may not have realized it or known
That's
the
interesting. If you did receive that level of abuse where you wouldn't visit them when they're ill, would you even care about the fact that they're not leaving you money, or do you want the money no
I
matter what?
mean, yeah, I mean, honestly, we didn't even get the children's perspective on it, so maybe they don't care. Which I mean, everyone cares about money to an extent,
Yeah.
but it's like that could be one thing. It could just be maybe it's not malicious, but maybe it's just like you're wrapped up in your own life and you just think, oh, I'll go visit her sometime. I'll go visit her later, and you're not
When your
really.
mom's sick though, mom's is
I know. Again, I'm not excusing it. It's definitely like I could never imagine myself doing something like this, but if it's if they had that type of mindset where it's like they didn't really care enough, it is what it is. Like I can't excuse it. I can't really like people get wrapped up in a lot of stuff, but you should make time. And if you were being a good person, it's kind of what you would do. But I don't know.
I don't
People
know.
are. It comes down to what your priorities are.
I don't know. What about you, Ace? What do you think of the story? If you are you rocking with this elderly woman? If you had kids and they didn't visit you, are you giving your fortune, your inheritance to the pets?
It's difficult to for me to put myself in the shoes of the elderly person. I don't know if I necessarily would do this, but at the same time, I do not fault this person for this decision just based on the headline. Um, I mean, it makes sense like to me that if the
What
children,
about unconditional love from a parent?
well, she could love him, but they just didn't get the money.
But that's not love.
Money's not love.
But providing resources is.
I mean, yeah, come on now. Be serious. Like, I mean,
Hmm?
you can say that, but like, I might be biased because of my gift giving
Wait, what are you
tendencies.
talking
But
about?
you said money isn't love.
Yeah. Like you can, I mean, it's a punishment. Like she's punishing the children. She love them, but you still get punished.
That's like if you punish your children by not providing them a roof over their head. It's part of the love.
No, no,
No,
they
I
don't
think
need the
it's
money.
different. It's
It's
different than
like
that.
not giving your children allowance.
I think I think to frame it in the way I'm looking at it, not giving them the money isn't not love, but giving them the money would be showing love. It's kind of
Okay,
a weird distinction, but that's kind of how I look at it.
gotcha.
Because yeah, it's money is money. Like it's kind of a
Yeah,
better way to. I don't want to say that, but
yeah. I don't necessarily think we got from this headline that the mother didn't love the children.
yeah,
She
yeah, yeah,
was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely disappointed and probably heartbroken that they didn't visit her in her, in her later years and didn't
Yeah.
maintain a relationship, especially through illness. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't think it's unfathomable that this would be seen not necessarily as like, she hates the children, but you didn't visit me. Like you, this is the last lesson I can give you. Like,
Damn.
Yo, that's kind of that's I like that. I like the way I like that frame. Yeah,
But then you give it to the pets. The pets
I
didn't
like
have a
that. I
choice in
like
the
that.
matter to be there. The pets were just there because they're pets.
and it's part of the lesson.
Damn.
I like that. I like that.
You know why this story is so crazy? Is because I don't know if you're fake old. Remember a show that was on Nickelodeon, Cat Scratch.
Yeah.
This is
Yo,
literally
that's a
the
good one.
story of this is literally the story of the show. Like somebody that passed away and left a fortune to their literal cats.
Wow, I forgot
But
about
I
that.
I
forgot about
digress.
that show, bro. Oh my
Um,
goodness.
what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, you guys. I don't know if you're right because this is kind of like wherever your morality relies. But I will say, the interesting part about me when I look at this, I always say one of the reasons why you gotta have kids, even though I know a lot of people in the age don't want to have kids, is because when we get old, and we're all gonna get old, you're gonna want somebody there that, because you provided that unconditional love, they in return want to make sure you're straight when you get older. You don't want to just end up at like in a nursing home and have people that are only taking care of you because you're getting a paycheck. You want to have people that are actually by your side that actually love you. So seeing this kind of stuff is kind of heartbroken, because it's like, well, again, we don't know the circumstances behind it. They could have had a terrible childhood, and they could have every right and reason to not be there. But if you don't apply any of that or sign any of that, like, you have children. Not you. Not This is not the main purpose. This is just a biological, for survival thing that we inherently do. But you have children, and you try to do your best, and then when you're older, you think they'll be there for you. So when it doesn't happen, that's kind of unfortunate. But I guess there are some lessons to get from this. Obviously, parents love your kids unconditionally, and children be there for your parents. You might miss out on a literal couple meals.
That shouldn't be the moral of the reason, but it helps.
But I digress. If there's nothing else, we can move on. This is supposed to just be relatively light, so I don't think there's anything else to deep dive. We can move on to the next topic.